family of Blue, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing this spooky season look with the Bella Beauty Bar Recently Deinfluenced palette and the Basic Witch palette. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Happy fall, y'all! I'm going to start off with the Basic Witch palette from Bella Beauty Bar. And I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T101 brush in the shade Black Cat. And I'm going to pat it onto that outer V of my eye and wing it out. And I'm going to focus on kind of patting it down so that I don't move the stencil around and I don't get eyeshadow under it, because I want it to be nice and blank and ready for some eyeliner. So I'm just going to pat this on, and I'm going to do kind of like a triangle shape and really just make sure I'm getting that shade packed down. I am obsessed with the Basic Witch and the Recently Deinfluenced palettes. They're amazing. Bella Beauty Bar does such an amazing job, has awesome eyeshadows. So now I'm going to take Authenticity and the same brush, and I don't know if I pronounced that right. I don't know why it's so hard for me to pronounce that word, but it is. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to pat that and get it blended with Black Cat, take it onto the lid, and work it over about a third of the way. And then I'm going to take the shade Paid Partnership, and I'm going to get it blended with Authenticity and work that over towards the inner corner of my eye. And this is like a beautiful blend of fall shades, and just wait till we do the sparkles, because so now I'm going to take some of the shade Paid Partnership to get a pretty fall blend. I just love these shades together. They're so gorgeous. And then I'm going to go ahead and get that worked into the crease all over the lid, get everything nice and blended together. And then I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T14 brush and take more of Feud to soften the blend. Actually, this was Feud right here. And I'm going to take a little bit more of it just to make sure I got the shade nice and softened, diffused. We don't want a harsh blend. We want a soft blend. Oh my goodness, my phone keeps going off. I'm so sorry. It's driving me up the wall. Anyway, I'm taking this brush and I'm going back and forth windshield wiping motions with the lightest amount of pressure just to get this shade nice and diffused and really get it the shape that I want and get the blend that I want. Switching back over to the Basic Witch palette, I'm going to take Hecate to blend out Black Cat, and then I'm going to be blending around the stencils a little bit more so that they don't lift. I love, love, love the purples in the Basic Witch palette, to the moon and back. They're so good. So I'm really just kind of patting this down around the stencil and then going back and forth with it. Now I'm going to take the shade Conjure with the same brush and do the same thing, just get it patted down and then go back and forth with it very gently so that I don't remove the stencil, and they just blend together so beautifully. I'm sure you heard the bell dinging. Artemis is playing, and he's just running around, and it's so cute whenever I hear his little bell. I just that's like the serotonin. So with the Makeup Shack T63 brush, I'm taking Hex to soften the purple blend, just to get everything nice and diffused and just be so pretty. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous, very light purple blend. Oh, I love it. So now with the same brush just cleaned off, I'm taking, I want to say Glinda, to blend this out. Let me look at my notes real quick. Y'all, I'm so unorganized today. Yes, it's Glinda, and I'm going to use that soft, very gorgeous pink to get that all nice and blended. And these shades were really giving me fall, but giving me Halloween. It just, I love. So now I'm just going to take a clean, fluffy brush to diffuse the yellow-orange side. That way everything is nice and softened up. And I just like to take a little bit of a bigger, fluffy brush to get everything diffused if I'm not using a lighter shade to get it blended out. Then I'm going to go back into Feud to bring it back a little bit and make sure that I have it the way that I want. Now it's time to sparkle. I'm taking the beautiful shade Depleted with my finger to start out. This shifty shade definitely reminds me of leaves. It's so beautiful. It's orange, red, green. It's just everything. So I started out applying it with my finger, and then I'm going to use the Doe Color number 14 brush to get it up in the crease, get it blended together, and then I'm just going to kind of focus it mainly on the center of my lid, and then kind of like diffuse the edges a little bit with what's left. Then I'm going to take this gorgeous shade from Terra Moon's Cosmetics called Galactic Blossom, and that was like me being like, wow, because when I first applied it, I was on the other eye, I was like, oh my gosh. So when I put it on there, I was just like, looking at it like, oh my goodness, and it's so gorgeous. And then I'm going to take a Mystic Mountain from this Summer Equinox 2023 collection from Terra Moons, and I'm going to start to blend out Depleted with it, kind of to like put it on the purple and like have just a big shift of gorgeous sparkles on the lid. But Mystic Mountain is a gorgeous shade. It's like purple and green, and it's just dreamy. So I'm going to start to pat it on the edges of Depleted, and then I'm going to go back into Depleted to kind of get that nice and blended together. And then when I lose a little bit of Mystic Mountain, I'm going to go back in and pop a little bit more of that on, just to make sure I have a nice and even blend of sparkles. With the Makeup Shack T101 brush, I'm going to pop a little bit of Black Cat onto the edge of Mystic Mountain to get that nice and blended together, just to make sure everything is a little more seamless. And now I'm going to take some micellar water on a Q-tip and sharpen up this look. Just kind of take it on that outer corner and make it look nice and sharp. And I don't know, I just like doing it. I feel like it gives it that like crispness. Oh my goodness, I cannot talk today. It's just chaotic today, okay? Like, I feel like everything's last minute. Now I'm going to remove the stencils, and then I'm going to fill them in and do some doodling. So I had misplaced my other stencil for like the ghost that's on the outer corner. I had, well, like for the center one on my other eye. I cannot word, I'm so sorry. I had misplaced it. So I had to use the bit that it come in, which is fine. You can use that as like, you know, anywhere, but I didn't want to put it over the blend because I was like, I don't want to take any eyeshadow off. Luckily it didn't, but I had to compromise. So I'm taking some DeWalt Beauty Lounge Mantra liner, and it is the pastel green, and I'm just going to fill the ghost in this way. And I did kind of mess it up because it didn't want to stick the way I wanted because it was too big, but that's okay. Made it work. So I just start to fill it in. And these are brushes that I got off of Amazon. I will try my best to remember to link them in the description box. So I'm just filling it in and getting it nice and filled as best as I can because my eye was bothering me and I was having a hard time like being able to look and see what I was doing. And I removed the stencil and you can see where I messed up. So I was like, okay, gotta make this work. Gonna start connecting it. So I started trying to finish rounding the ghosts off and trying to fix the arms. And then I had to fix the tail because the tail was messed up. And I was like, well, this is gonna be a wonky ghost, but it's okay because makeup is fun. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a ghost. So I was just trying to make sure I was building the tail and trying to bring it up to like its mid section or whatever, and then like give it a little swoop and fix its arms, and then bring the tail down so it kind of matched the other eye. Sometimes I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. I gotta compromise. It's not gonna look totally like the other side, but you know what? That's okay. It was fun doing it. So just have fun with makeup. That's kind of like the moral of the story, I guess. I don't know. Just have fun with it. So now I'm going to take the Suva Hydro Liner and Space Panda and start to fill in this other little ghosty. And I really have been having so much fun doing ghosts. And I've have been trying my best to learn how to freehand them too. So I might do another video where I'm freehanding some little ghosties. But just filling this in with the Suva Hydro Liner and Space Panda. And I'm going to let all the liner dry down before I add any eyes or mouths onto these. Because I don't want to, ruin my eyeliner. Because I have a feeling that would happen. So I just let it dry down before I start doodling eyes and mouths and stuff. So I'm really just kind of getting this filled in. I should have sped this part up. I didn't think that through. But just filling it in and getting it all ghosty. So for the bats, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Line Work Liner in Onyx to get it filled in. And let me tell you, I used this liner for the first time doing this, and I was just like, wow, the way it glides on. So I'm really, really excited to use this for doing wings or graphic liner or something besides filling in a bat. But it worked, and it was like so good. Like, it went on so easily. Very, very impressed. So just filling the bat in, making it look its cute little batty self. And if you hear the bell, Artemis's bell on his collar, please let me know in the comments, because he is doing the most right now and it's so funny. So when I'm filling these in, I'm really just like focusing on putting it on my skin where you can still see it from like having no eyeshadow or anything like that, and then making sure there's just like no extra skin showing. Now I'm going to do some gleams. So I'm giving this, like, I'm starting at like an A, but then I'm giving it feet so it looks like a banana peel. And then I'm going to start from one of the feet, drag it down and kind of inward, and then bring it up and then bring it outward. So it's like a V, but like the V's like shrugging, like what's up, you know, or like what. And then I'm going to just kind of make sure everything is nice and pointed. And if you want to fill them in, feel free to fill them in. If you don't want to, then don't fill them in, because I kind of have been like going back and forth on like filling some in and then not. I'm going to do the same thing between the bat and the ghost, do a little gleam, and hold my breath and hope for the best, because by this point my liner was trying to dry out and it just was not, I was struggling. Okay, so this little baby gleam I did differently. I made a dot, I let the dot dry, and then I made like a cross between it. So that way when I went to fill it in, it kind of looked a little neater. So I did the same thing over here. Just do a dot. The bigger the dot, the bigger the gleam. So I was trying to make them kind of small. And now I'm going to do a line across the dot and then up and down. So I can just like kind of focus on getting them connected. But before I did that, I went and did the same thing on this other dot. I made a line through it and then across it. And then I started trying to like get them all filled in and be little cutesies. Okay, so I did use my NYX Epic Ink Eyeliner to do my ghost eyes and mouths, because this one's drying out and I was just like, I'm gonna use this up. So I didn't want to use the brand new Danessa Myricks on it, to be honest, because it was still not as dry as I would have liked for it to have been. So I was glad that I used my like old liner. So, to be a little extra, I'm going to take some of the Manic Gems Rouge Drip Gem Pack and start to just kind of randomly put some gems. I feel like I haven't been using gems as much lately, but I've been doing a lot of doodling, so I was just like, I need some extraness. I need some sparkles. Like, we're just gonna be extra with this look. And if you don't want to add gems, then don't worry about it. You don't have to. Do what you're like most comfortable with and what's more fun for you. So I just started kind of putting them everywhere, wherever I put the glue. So this is the BH Cosmetics Get Stone Collection gem tool that I was using for it. I seriously do not like doing voiceovers back to back like 2 weeks in a row. I'm so sorry about that. I think my light over here, I still can't look at it, was causing some issues with my eye, because it was really weird. Like, I was like, okay, I sat down, I started doing it, and I was like seeing out of like the outer corner of my eye, it almost looked like a jellyfish, but it was just on this bit and it kept like flashing. And it was really, really weird. So it was really hard to concentrate and focus on getting this done over here. And it didn't help that I couldn't find like the non-cutout bit of the stencil. Like, well, I guess it would be like the cookie part, like if you're using the cookie cutter instead of the thing around it. But anyway, so I was like trying so hard to focus on getting this finished. So I'm so sorry for 2 weeks in a row of voiceovers. I'm going to go do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. finished look. What do you think? I just got this little ghost sweater and I was like, this is like a whole vibe. It is kind of warm in here today, and then the lights are like making it really warm. And then I made my little ghost earrings. I was like, well, I have ghosts, so I'm just gonna do the whole ghost outfit. I really feel like this is given like fall, but Halloween. So if you want to do like something fall color, but Halloween, and like feel really cute and glowy and sparkly, because sparkles are like my favorites, then I feel like this would be a really good like last minute Halloween makeup idea. I'm really sorry for 2 weeks in a row of voiceovers. I don't know what was going on with my eye earlier. It was so weird. I know I talked about that a minute ago, but I don't even want to look at that light. But I think it was the light, because I like moved it where it wasn't just like shining directly on me. And after a little bit, it kind of helped. So I was like, I'm kind of wondering if maybe it's not too bright or something. But yeah, so I don't know what to say. I usually feel like I kind of have a little more to say, but I'm not quite sure. I'm a little behind on everything. I normally like to like get my look filmed up. Oh, hi, Artie baby. Hold on, I'll show you baby. Say hi, Artie baby. I know the lights be so bright, but you so beautiful. You so beautiful. We all love you so much, and we're so glad that you were here. Okay, see you later. I had the door shut, but not all the way, and he couldn't stand it because he's been in here all day. He's like in here, or he goes into where the sunshine is and like goes from back and forth from this room to the other one, just hangs out, naps, does his own thing. So I've enjoyed being able to do a look and have him be just like napping beside me like Shemwork used to do. But I just enjoy getting to spend time with him when he's up to it, because sometimes he just wants to play. He's like, no mama, I don't want you, I want to play. So it was really nice to have the day where we got to spend it together, and he's just being like the cutest little boy that him is. I am absolutely obsessed with this multi-chrome combination I got going on here. Like, I can't stop looking at it. I feel like it's given like fall leaves, but like Halloween, but like all the vibes. I don't know. Now I'm starting to talk too much, and there's really no point. I ramble too much anyway. So let me know what you'd like to see next down in the comments below. And if you'd like to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube, I'll have all my social medias linked in the description box down below. If you like this video, can you please give it a thumbs up? It really helps me out, because it helps to push my videos out to more people and help them find me. And like, if you thumbs it up, thank you so much. And if you'd like to keep up with me while I am here on YouTube, then please hit the subscribe button, because that means so much to me. And I like am so thankful for everybody that's here and takes the time out of their day to watch my videos. Honestly, like I really can't thank you enough. It really makes me feel so like warm in the heart. Please let me know what you'd like to see next, and I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!